Shipping's carbon math is way off. New research has uncovered a widespread issue in the way shipping companies report their carbon emissions, one that could have major financial consequences. According to a study by UK-based emissions tech firm Loon, current industry standard methods overestimate emissions by an average of 86%. This substantial overreporting of emissions directly impacts carbon pricing exposure, with some shippers potentially paying millions more than necessary under systems like the EU Emissions Trading Scheme. At current rates of around $76 per ton, even a seemingly minor overestimate of 0.42 tons of CO2 equivalent per TEU, 20-foot equivalent unit, adds about $33 in extra liability per container. For large-scale operators, that scales quickly. The problem stems from calculation models that default to using average emissions factors and the shortest possible shipping routes. In practice, actual voyages often involve longer distances, vessel-specific performance, and route diversions due to geopolitical events, such as those in the Red Sea, that standard models miss. In extreme cases, discrepancies have reached up to 1.24 tons of CO2 per TEU. Companies reliant on these generic models are not only exposing themselves to inflated costs, but may also be misinformed when making routing, supplier, or mode shift decisions based on inaccurate emissions data. Precision matters in a low-carbon future. While current reporting frameworks often allow for simplified emissions estimations, the market is moving in a different direction. A growing number of logistics providers, over 80 at the time of the study, including firms like Siva Logistics and JAS Worldwide, have committed to science-based net zero targets. These targets demand accurate shipment-level emissions data, not generalized assumptions. As sustainability becomes more integrated into customer contracts, investor expectations, and procurement frameworks, pressure is increasing on carriers and freight forwarders to offer transparent and precise carbon reporting. Inaccurate data doesn't just affect compliance, it undermines trust and impairs operational planning. The shift toward detailed, data-backed emissions tracking has prompted many companies to adopt more advanced technologies. These tools leverage AI, satellite tracking, and vessel-specific databases to automate emissions calculations and provide real-time visibility into carbon performance. With carbon pricing expanding and reporting standards tightening, companies that invest in reliable emissions intelligence are finding strategic advantages through managing risk. Stakeholders demand accountability and measurable progress toward decarbonization goals, making accurate emissions data a regulatory requirement and competitive necessity.